You mentioned one of the ways that AI can help with small businesses is recruitment. Could you tell us more on how AI could help with recruitment in this case?
Absolutely. Recruitment's actually really cool, and it's been really a huge part of my life as a manager of people and a constant recruiter of people, and then an executive in organizations and a director of companies all the way through. So really, the recruiting game is something that has to always be on the go if you're a growing company. The people and companies that aren't recruiting all the time are likely kind of stagnating and staying in the same size. There's nothing wrong with being the same size, but if your hope is to grow, you're going to be recruiting. I mean, that's just part and parcel of the game. And it's often been a bit of a mishmash of ways that you understand whether somebody is good at the things that they say they're good at. Because no one is going to put forth a resume or a portfolio or any version of "I'm telling you how good I am" that's not going to highlight everything that's the most awesome about them, and very possibly fluff some of that up. So really understanding whether or not those people are good at these things matters a lot in your recruitment process. Now, what your recruitment process can do is it can very quickly understand whether or not the people are likely to have some of these skills. And it wouldn't just be from, again, NLP and reading the resume and understanding the resume in its context, and possibly doing even more rudimentary things such as keyword searches, which is what most applicant tracking systems, ATSs, do. It's largely keyword searches with, they say AI, but I mean, it's automation more so than like real deep AI. But you could look for a lot of their public profile stuff. Maybe they've written stuff on Medium. Maybe they've answered questions on Yahoo Answers. Maybe they've been in a community and they've been a big proponent of that community. They might have open LinkedIn posts and all this stuff. You could build a corpus on these people and actually understand who and how they are and how they work prior to bringing them in. So you could have an understanding of sort of a EQ test, more like a Myers-Briggs than anything. And for those who are highly technical, you could still get to a place where you're looking at their public output in places like Stack Overflow or GitHub or GitLab or places like that, and also start figuring out whether or not those people are good for your business. Another thing that we've seen just anecdotally is the world of job boards is usually place a job on a job board, wait for people to apply, hope that you've written enticing enough copy, basically. That's what it comes down to. Especially if you don't have the brandability of like being IBM or whoever, like big, large company. There are platforms out there that sort of flip it on its head a little bit. So you still place that job on the job board. You have a bunch of skills and attributes of the candidate that you would like to look for, and the job board then messages out to those candidates that are on its board that match that profile and invites them to your job application without you having to do it. It's a paid service, obviously, but it can result in slightly larger amount of candidates applying to your job, especially if you've done a good job of writing it up and everything about your company sounds solid.